Incoming, sir. Location looks to be Central Indiana. Fire up those sirens, Sergeant. Brian K. Morris. He came without warning.
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Anyway, good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Oh my God, Brian, you trollop. How dare you expose your cleavage like that? Anyway, good to see you all. Hope you all had a great weekend. I certainly did. I'm your host, Brian K. Morris, publisher, editor, author, and broadcaster, and former mortician's assistant on Monday, March 25th, 2024. And like I said, I hope you had a great weekend. We had a delightful one at NerdCon in Robinson, Illinois, thanks to Gil and John and everyone down there that made the day so special. You know, I always have a little bit of guarded optimism about small town shows. And Robinson's not exactly Metropolis, you know what I'm saying? I mean Metropolis, comic book Metropolis, or even Fritz Lang Metropolis, now that I mentioned it, although it's close. But no, it's a lovely little place. They've got a prison there. They've got a community college. They've got restaurants. I like Rosati's, and they have one. But anyway, we did very well there. We had a fantastic time. Sorry to the vendors who didn't think it was worth showing up for, but boy, man, do we have a good time eating your lunch. That's all I've got to say. But anyway, looking forward to next year already. It's going to be a treat. And plus, we went out to dinner with our good friend Michael Kazinger, fantastic artist. Check out his page. He's got some super sketches on his page. He has an amazing talent, and we're delighted to be his friend. So anyway, thank you for showing up on this Monday morning. To everyone who's watching us on the reruns, we appreciate you. We get a number of people that watch the show after the fact, which is dandy. We appreciate that. We genuinely do. And just to let everyone know, beginning next Monday, this show will no longer be on Facebook. For numerous reasons. One, we do want to build up our YouTube numbers. Now, we're not going for monetization. I have given up on that. I realize what it takes to get monetized on Facebook, and it takes away from my writing, and I just soon not do that. But we still want to talk to you guys, and I know it's going to be an inconvenience for a number of you, and I'm sorry in advance. But also, we just really, the vast majority of people watch us on YouTube anyway, and this way we can cut back on our StreamYard account and go back down to a regular membership where we only get like one outlet. But we'll still be broadcasting all the cool stuff that you have come to expect. We keep promising all that good material we were eventually going to get to. But one of the things we are going to do is tomorrow night, and this will be on Facebook. It'll be the last time for the show, Between Two Brians. And, we're going to, we like to stay away as folks who watch the first two episodes know, we kind of stay away from controversial issues. And we're going to be tackling AI tomorrow. So, yeah, we're going to give our views on tomorrow. tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central on the Brian K. Morris Rising Tide channel. And AI is going to take some blows. AI, and I will probably play devil's advocate and tell you there are some good aspects to AI. That part of the show will take about 10 seconds, so it's up to you guys to fill the other 90 minutes. Anyway, we hope you will join us tomorrow night on every other Tuesday for topics that involve the creative community. And we love it because the people that tune in are able to have a conversation without being disagreeable. And it makes for, I think, a very thorough discussion of the issue. And just makes it a lot more interesting and fun to be at. So anyway, hold on. Spared you that one. Hit the button just in time. Anyway, thank you for the indulgence. So anyway, yeah, we had a terrific weekend. And this week we are starting research on a new short story, hoping to get at least 2 pitches out for short stories this week. Plus a whole lot of home front crap that I hate dealing with it, but I must as a quasi-rational adult. So anyway, while the comments are filling up, we've got to thank the people that help us stay on the air. And first and foremost are our Patreon subscribers. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you, yes, you, the individual, can support your favorite creators with a affordable and even modest monthly stipend. And well, in all sincerity, it does help us so much, and we are able to do a lot to keep the Rising Tide moving forward, both in publishing and broadcasting and all manner of other cool things happening. And these wonderful people, many of whom have their own active Patreon accounts in which you get stuff for your contributions, not just you're pouring money into the coffers of the creative person. No, you're getting something for it. Like tomorrow and Thursday, you're going to get our regular twice weekly blog. Every blog deserves a name. And we've got all kinds of cool people on here, and we hope that you will join them. Just as we join brand new member Matt Shore, and we've got, take a look at these names. They are wonderful people. We love each and every one of them. So if you want to find out more about what we offer, such as serialization of Terrors 2 coming soon, check us out at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. All right, please do. We would welcome your inquiries. And also, we want to thank Jeffrey Hayes. Jeffrey Hayes is an amazing artist, the head of Plasmafire Graphics. When we look at your book, Marriage to You, because you've worked hard on that great, great book, and it not only craves, it deserves the best cover you can get for it. Plus, you can get the graphics you need to sell it on online media, as well as even book trailers, because Jeffrey does it all. He really does. And he has won. So he did the back cover and he printed it right side up too. He's that good. No, I'm not though. But anyway, he can do a variety of genres, and he does not use AI. Believe me, I have seen his process. It does not involve AI at all. And he also does this. Plus, he did the cover for my latest book, The Terrors, which continues to sell well. Thank you all very much. And we hope you'll pick it up on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, Walmart, and other great book vendors. But anyway, if you want to become a great book vendor and go to shows and have a book cover that sells itself, then you need to get a hold of Jeffrey Hayes. Go to the Plasmafire Graphics page on Facebook. Check that out. Look at those gorgeous samples. And then go over to plasmafiregraphics.com and ask him about his indie creator-friendly pricing. You are going to be so happy you did. He's a marvel to work with, and the results speak for themselves. The award-winning Jeffrey Hayes would love to work for you, and you will love what he does. That's Plasmafire Graphics, and look at your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers, and that's what you should be thinking about. And anyway, let's see. Oh, and I also wanted to thank everyone. I'm damn proud of you people. I really am. Last Thursday, I believe it was, or Wednesday, I believe it was. But anyway, last week, we did a special episode of No Warning, and we gave no warning for it, to help our friends Rachel Dungan and John and Amy Hale. Many of you are familiar with Amy from her appearances, not just on this show, or actually the previous show, never mind the Furthermore, but also on shows like Clever Title Pending and things like that. She's an amazing, amazing author and a dear friend, and she and John have had enough troubles in the last few years to make Job go, wow, man, you guys got it rough. And Rachel attempted to unalive herself. That's what we've got to call it now, or else this video would vanish from YouTube. All right. And one of our dear friend, another dear friend, Erin Casey, who y'all should pick up, The Purple Door District, and check that book out. She's an amazing, amazing writer, and also was a real sweetheart. She saw that and said, Brian, we got to do something for her. And I said, yeah, let's do something. So Erin put together a GoFundMe page, and I'm thinking I can share this. Let me, or as they say now, present on here. So we're going to get this called up here, and there we go. And because I want to share what you guys have done. It's not me. It is so not me. But I'm proud of you guys. I'm so proud. What happened was Erin was asking for $1,000 for money so that Amy and John could travel back and forth to see their daughter. Up until like the start of the weekend, I believe, she was in intensive care for trying to unalive herself. And the thing is, John and Amy live about 2 hours from where Rachel was being treated. And so it's 2 hours one way, 2 hours back. And it cuts into your evening, something fierce. And of course, it's hard to get a home-cooked meal during that time. I know I've had to do that drive back and forth back when Cookie had a tumor removed. I drove, I would work, I'd do a day's work, then I would drive over to where she's at, which was only an hour and a half away. But then you visit, you stay, make sure they're being taken care of, and then you drive home. And that makes for a long evening. And so, you live on fast food, and of course you have to buy gasoline. It mounts up, and we decided we wanted to do something sweet for her. So what happened was Erin put up a GoFundMe for Amy and John to defray their costs. Like if they had to get a hotel room or something, if they wanted to put fuel in their tank, they would have a little extra to do it. And you all freaking champions, because here's what happened when I checked it yesterday. Let me see if I can get that larger. Yeah, there we go. Of the $1,000 goal, you guys made it last night. You, the rising tide came through. And I know John and Amy are grateful. I'm sure Rachel is too. Rachel is getting a plan of treatment together, and that's still in the making. But thanks to you, John and Amy can make that trip back and forth with a little more confidence now. And you just showed how much the rising tide cares for their own. And these guys are totally rising tide, believe you me, all three of them. So anyway, just want to let you all know that y'all, let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can. Let's see, was it? No. Oh, no, that's it. Anyway, let's do this. All right, there we go. Now you can read it better. Anyway, for Rachel and for Amy and John, thank you very much, each and every one of you who contributed. And the fund is still open, so that if you wish to donate, you are more than invited to. We do appreciate that so much. So please give yourself a pat on the back, because you have so very earned it. So again, thank you all very much for sharing your love with the three of them, and it means a lot to all of us involved with it. And again, thank you, Erin Casey, for getting this thing going. Thank you to everyone who contributed, and thank you to everyone who is going to contribute as a result of this. Now, I'm looking at what may be a record amount of comments to start the show, and we're 15 minutes into it. So let's switch over to that screen, and I hope I can get them all. I hope this StreamYard, Okay, StreamYard. Okay, there's one. Okay, there we go. We got very start here and leading off the pack, and we're gonna try to get through these as fast as we can so we can actually talk. Right. First of all, is Grant Lankard in the door? Grant, good to see you. Grant's got has had a Kickstarter running for a brand new book on the League of Cryptids, and it looks like a really fun book. I'm so looking forward to that. And I'm glad Brian is in here. I need some positivity today. Well, we'll do what we can. Grant, I hope the lead got you, get you a little happy there. That's what we're here for. I find it hard to quit this show. There are many mornings I'm like, I don't want to do a show. I'm not as burned out as I was a year and a half ago. Thank you all. But just the same, there's some mornings where I'm like, I could go back to bed for a couple hours. Anyway, that's Michael Fefe. And anyway, Grant, we're glad you're here. We're always glad you're here, brother. And Michaela Jade, morning to you. Always glad to see you. And everyone's saying hello. And then we're saying hello to the delectable Sarah. Sarah, I'm gonna remind me to talk to you this week about our plans for Eclipse Con, which is the first Saturday and Sunday of April. We are going to raise havoc in Carbondale at the Southern Illinois University Student Center for 2 days. And I found out the guest of honor. I'm so excited by this. The return of Trevor Von Eden. Trevor Von Eden, for those of you who don't know your comic history, excuse me, and you should. Trevor was the youngest artist hired by DC Comics back in the 70s. He is the first artist on Black Lightning. If you remember the CW series, well, he worked on the first dozen or so issues of the comic book. And since then, he's drawn Batman, Superman, the world's finest comics, Power Man and Iron Fist, and one of my personal favorites, Thriller. It has nothing to do with the Michael Jackson book. It's about a team called the 7 Seconds. And it's a team of adventurers that go in and handle impossible cases. And Trevor's artwork is fantastic. And if you ever get a chance to read the graphic novel, The Original Johnson, about the boxer Jack Johnson, Trevor wrote and drew it. And it's a tour de force. It is wonderful. And he's wonderful. I love the guy to death. And one of my first interviews when I was building my freelance career was with Trevor, and it stands as one of my favorite interviews. He gave it's in an old issue of Back Issue, I think number 8 or so. But anyway, he gave an incredibly insightful interview about his artistic journey, his personal journey, and facing a bit of racism at DC Comics on their editorial staff, which is very unfortunate, to say the very least. But anyway, Trevor's going to be there. Please bring your stuff. He's going to do sketches. He's going to just be there and be wonderful. And we hope that you'll get a chance to meet him because he's a really great guy. I respect the hell out of him. And anyway, he's a fantastic artist, and we hope we'll see you at Eclipse Con, formerly Saluki Con, going back to the Saluki Con next year. And the good news is my Kickstarter is doing very well. Grant, that's the kind of positivity and positive news we love to hear. You deserve it, man. You work hard on it. And speaking of working hard, there's the hardest working man in New Pope, Charles Millhouse. Charles, good to see you. Hope you and Marianne are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. And yes, Michaela is right. That is awesome. And Michaela, I'll see you after the show. And Eric Hawkins, good morning, peoples. Eric Hawkins, mwah! The Zombie World of Oz illustrator and writer on that book. And Eric, I had a number of people this weekend in Robinson, Illinois, asked me when the next graphic novel is coming out, because I sold the first edition there, and they were excited. They were very happy about that. And Grant Lankard says, you have 45 more minutes. Wow, we're under the deadline here to check out his Kickstarter if you're interested. Well, even if you're not interested, check this out. The League of Cryptids will make you interested. It looks like a really, really enjoyable book. And if you love Beowulf or Memoirs of the Morbid, and Grant keeps piling up the incentives, so please check it out now while you have a chance. And there was no warning, announces Carl Witzman, great author on Lulu.com. Check out his stuff too. Carl, good to see you this morning. And hey, yo, good morning to you all. Good morning to you, my friend. Check out On Reversal Inc. Damien does great work. Glad to see you here. And Joe D. McPhee, morning, Brian. Hope all is well. Just visiting before I start 9 to 5 work. Well, we're hoping we can give you the psychic energy to put up your shields and face the mundane world for a few hours. From Nestle Small Press Publisher, Thursday nights with Comic Book Spectrum at 8 p.m. with Eric Hawkins, Clyde Hall, sometimes Brian Rodman, and even every now and then me. Check it out. And also Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern with the regular from Nestle Small Press Publisher show. If you love comics, if you don't even know nothing about comics, this is the guy that'll educate you. He is great. And hey, Grant, says Carl Witzman, check out that out there. Check out that link and definitely give it some love there. And this is my darling Nita Lang. Mwah. Good morning to you, sweetheart. Hey, put in your Discord address if you haven't already for your show, because at 11 a.m. this lady along Daphne Lage is going to deliver some strong opinions and lots of fun. And if you support indie comics, this is the page to follow. I kid you not. Nita and Daphne and everybody on that network are putting on some great shows. All right. Hope you guys are doing well. And my Kickstarter was supposed to end during my draw stream tonight, but apparently I clicked on AM instead of PM. Grant, if that's the worst thing you did during this whole campaign, I think you're pretty good. I think you're going to be golden, but that's great. That is super. And yikes, and Joe does Kickstarter, so he understands the panic. And hello, everyone, and of course, Brian. Oh, thank you, Carl. And Sup Indie News Network, and everyone say hello, and the Eric Hawkins and Nicholas Tockard. Good morning to you, brother, Nick Tockard. Check out the Nicholas Tockard page on YouTube, and check out Nevermind the Furthermore, the vastly improved new Nevermind the Furthermore, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Give them some more positivity and artistic kick in the slats to your day. Excellent. Is that Nita? Could it be? Yes, I believe it is. And it turned out okay, Joe. I've definitely hit a consistently good number on my Kickstarters. That's great to hear. That is super. Everyone's saying hello. And a lot of comic creators are saying their numbers are down, so I guess I'm going pretty good if I'm staying consistent. Yeah. If you aren't losing, then you're winning, brother. Yeah, that's great. That's great. And the dark priestess of the Tex Dodge Church of the Dark Church of the Rising Tide implores you with the darkness of her loving heart to don't forget to like this show. Please don't forget to like us. We like being liked, and we are so glad that y'all do like us, and we're so happy that please, that you will take the time to leave us a reaction, whether it's on Facebook or here on YouTube. And if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, because that helps me so much. And speaking of the help, there's the lovely Molly. I almost said Molly McDaniels. I almost made you Irish for a day. Molly Daniels, wow, glad to see you. Good morning. Want to hear all about NerdCon and hoping I can be there next year. We were talking about you. And I know you had something else come up. But, we had about 5 vendors who said, yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, and they paid and everything, and then they didn't show up. Pansies, weaklings. My God, they're going to be left behind in the dust. But the thing is, like I said, I didn't feel like we had the number of attendees that we did last year, but it was a buying crowd. They came to purchase things, and we had the best. We've been to NerdCons before. We had the best performance Saturday that we've ever had at NerdCon, and it was a lot of fun. We had some great neighbors, and of course, I got to be part of the judging panel for the cosplay contest, and that cosplay judging is not easy, people. It's more than just sitting there and oohing and eyeing at all the great craft work there, but it is definitely a difficult decision. But we had some amazing cosplay the other day, and thank you to everyone who participated in that. And we also had gaming, we had video gaming, pen and paper gaming, and board games, and all kinds of good stuff. And like I said, Cookie and I did very, very well. And I was very, very pleased because by the time I got there, I was not feeling well. My knee went out on me. And the last 3 days I've had part of my long timers from COVID kick back in, namely my breathing. So that's been an adventure. But anyway, we are getting better. Don't worry. Don't worry about us, please. And also this, just letting you know, this weekend, this Saturday, I will be at the Salem Comic and Toy Expo at the Commercial Center at 416 Oglesby in Salem, Illinois, just off I-57. Please come see us. We're going to have a good time down there. It'll be one day show because the next day is Easter. So I don't think we'll have a whole lot of crowd then. But anyway, we'll be down there for one day. And hey, Sarah, let me know if you want to go because Cookie won't be able to make it. And there she is, Kelly Austin, and her secret identity of Kelly Carlisle. Why reveal her secret? Oh no. Anyway, good morning, Brian and friends. Brian, I'm still maintaining a Zen calm this morning. Good. All's good with that replacement on our project, and the world is good except for broken bones. Yeah, somebody broke their foot when they got out of the shower the other day. I declined to name who it was, but anyway, she's kicking if not high. Kelly, we're always glad to hear some progress from you, and everyone's getting greeted, and Grant is always inclusive, and so is Carl. And do what Sarah says. I don't want her to throw a desk, hopefully not me, at you. That I don't know if she wanted to pick me up and toss me around. I say don't judge until it happens, Joe. And Teresa says, good morning, Brian. My book signing this past Saturday went well. Lots of fun and book sales. Yes, Teresa. I gotta give Teresa some props here. Teresa set up her own signing in Keokuk this last Saturday, and she went there and she sold buku books of poetry expressions, which you can get on Amazon. Check it out. I know the editor; he's a hack, but two good books if you like poetry. Anyway, she did a great job there. We're so proud of Teresa, and looking forward to more triumphs from you. A Brian sandwich made mine throw. That's right, my God. Who wants to be the meat in the middle? That's what I'm saying. Damien, we're so glad you volunteered. Wait till you see the condiments. Anyway, I need to remember to watch your show tomorrow. Tuesday is my board game night. Well, we understand, but if nothing else, you can watch us on the rerun. It's probably a little less, time sensitive, shall we say, than this show is. But anyway, Grant, we hope you like it and have a good time tomorrow. Seriously. And FYI, I hope to have some good news about my return to C2E2 soon. Oh, have you not heard from them about getting in up there? Because I did talk to somebody who applied and did not get it. So I hope you do. I hope that's your home, man. I hope you get it. I wish I could share a photo in chat. Yoshi is sitting on my lap and being so cute. Oh, my goodness. I can just imagine that. That's awesome. And Brian, says Charles Millhouse. He must be referring to me because Rodman isn't around anywhere, not that I know of. And I saw the final coloring of the Captain Hawkland comic book cover, keeping it under wraps for now, but there's great things coming for Hawkland's Crusaders. Oh my goodness. If you are not a Crusader, get to Amazon or to stormgatepress.com and get you some Captain Hawkland, because that's some good stuff. And also check out the rest of Stormgate's catalog. They've got some great stuff, including the award-winning Pulp Reality number 1 through 4, and there might be something in the future. And also a couple of great books like Spurs and Six Shooters Talk, Brian. Use your wordy bits. And brand new Western anthology, and of course the really good seller Major Marjorie, Tim Bruckner's Major Marjorie. I've sold quite a number of books this season because people are looking for classic escape. Major Marjorie, the pitch on that is 1942. Marjorie Pettis is the darling of the radio airwaves with her show Major Marjorie, where her character saves the planet from interplanetary infiltration. But what her listeners don't realize is that all the scripts are based on her real-life exploits. And there's some great stuff in here from Tim Bruckner, Clyde Hall, Jim Beard, Alessia Kent, and myself. So check that book out, all right? You'll be glad you did. And folks, beware success. Now that people are reading my Muncie guide, I get corrections and questions every other day. Well, the thing is, I posted last night, I got 2 people in a row, people that were not on my friends list, and asked me, one, do you know anything about writing? Yeah, both of them were pretty much, do you know anything about writing? I found it very suspicious that I got them within minutes of each other from people who didn't have like a whole lot on their Facebook profile. Okay, red flag, red flag, red flag. And so I asked last night if anybody else had uncovered this. And Carl, I saw you'd given a reply. I need to read it and reply to you thoughtfully. But that's one way, folks. If you have a question about writing, reach out to someone you know, or publishing, or any creative field. Reach out to someone you know that is in the field and ask them. Like I find too many people talk to their writing professors who have never like gotten a story published, much less a novel, and yet they feel they are qualified to give advice on publishing. What is it? There's a line that was cut from, I've got the original screenplay for Star Wars: A New Hope. And there was a line that was cut from there, although it's in the comic book adaptation by Roy Thomas and Howard Chaykin. There is a line in there, and I think it is kind of apropos to, so-called experts in publishing these days. And it was it's in the fight between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader. And Darth is, of course, beating his chest about how much he knows about the Force. And the line from Obi-Wan was, you perceive as much about the Force as a spoon perceives the taste of food. And a lot of these guys and gals that are saying, that you only self-publish when you don't have the talent to have a major publisher sign you up. That's basically, not going to use it. It's bullshit. Okay. They're more full of it than a Christmas goose. Anyway, what a goose is doing with bull's poop, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this is a sign, Carl, that you're making it. You know what I'm saying? That you start to attract the grifters like iron filings to a magnet. So good luck, Carl. If you need any tips, let me know. I've got a few, mainly block. Anyway, thanks for the reminder, Brian. I have to have new pages ready for the Patreon by the end of the week. Yes, keep going. Let me know when that launches because I want to support that, okay? And yay, Teresa, so happy it went well from Molly Daniels. And hi, Teresa from Grant. And I'm completely overhauling my Patreon, so give me about 2 weeks and it'll be worth every penny. I can't remember if you're somebody I support. If not, let me know. I will throw something at you. Michaela Jade, author MichaelaJade.com, and check out the services she and her company now provide, such as reviews and all kinds of good stuff. So anyway, she mocks Carl with her laughter, and Molly is mocking Carl too. And thank you, Jeffrey Hayes, for his continued sponsorship of Comic Book Spectrum. Jeffrey is the best. And Nita says, hey, Carl, and from the desk of a small press publisher, saying hello to everybody. We love you, Nita. And I can't wait until more people tell me where I mess up with Death and Love Down Under. Yes, Carl's brand new thriller on Lulu. I have not had time to read it yet, Carl, but that's on my pretty much immediate to read list. And hi, Carl, how are the kitties? And hey, Damien, the kids are good. Woke me up at 4:30 a.m. today, which is later than usual, so I'm happy. And I'm happy because Willow Skylar Productions is here. Mwah. Good morning, everyone, from her. And good morning, my darling Willow. How are you today? Hope you are doing well. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. It's our lovely emotional support Canadian. Is this means we, when things are getting rough, we get to cuddle with her and feel better? I'm on board. I'm so on board. And Willow's going, I did not sign up for this crap. Anyway, good morning, Willow from Indy. And everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. And Sarah says, I got the chance. She is a goth, so she can do that with conviction. I got the chance to listen to the full special edition of No Warning while spiffing up the AMC before it opened this past Thursday. I love hearing all the donations pouring in to 52 and 1. Yeah, and like I said earlier, again, thank you to everyone who supported the GoFundMe for Rachel Dungan, the daughter of Amy and John Hale, and part of our community. All three are part of our community. And you guys and gals came through like the champions you are, and we raised the full $1,000. Now, more is better. More is better, but we got the goal, and I think everyone's happy with that. And Sarah says, "Show's worth the time, makes my heart happy." Ours too. I mean, I'm just knocked out by what you guys did. I was like, even just what everyone did in the brief time we were on the air last week, really pushing this. And I know Amy and John are grateful. Aaron is grateful. I know. I'm sure Rachel's grateful because she gets to see her parents. We just made it easier for her to. Anyway, Grant Laker says there will be an episode of my streaming show tonight. It was supposed to close out the Kickstarter, but like I said earlier, I messed up the timing. You are doing fine. You are doing fine. And proof copy of her newest book is ordered. Yes, Michaela. And excuse me, when I got back from Robinson, Illinois on Saturday night, first thing I put in a reorder for one of my books, the bestseller one. Okay, that gives you a clue right there. Yeah, it's Santa sign is the gift that keeps on giving. I'm grateful that people still enjoy it, and still want to read it, even though the book is like now 11 years old, I think. Wow. Anyway, it's entering its tweens really fast. And yay, Michaela. Oh, she's so pretty, says Sarah. And congratulations to Michaela. And yay, says Indie Comics Network. Love you, Nita. So glad she's getting a treatment plan started. Yes, Sarah. She is. They're working on it right now. And but everyone is optimistic. So this is very good. And yay for the Hales. Definitely, Michaela. So, and Teresa says, I'm so proud of Aaron for doing this. So am I. One thing we did discuss was whether I should start it or not. And I did a GoFundMe for them a couple years ago to defray some of their the Hales medical costs, because these guys have caught COVID at least twice, maybe 3 times. And they didn't get the Omicron or any of its cuter and cuddlier variants like I did. And like I said, I caught Omicron, and I'm still dealing with it. I have times when my lung lining burns, and I can feel it. I can map out my lung structure. And I had a bit of that this weekend. Real had trouble breathing. But we got through it. We're getting through it. And trouble. I was just a mess yesterday. I slept most of yesterday. And then I went to bed and got full sleep, and I still feel like I could take like 4 or 5 naps right now simultaneously. But anyway, thank you, Teresa. And we're proud of you. And we're proud of everyone who's part of this movement. And congrats, Rising Tide. Congratulations to all of us. Seriously. And you guys and gals are amazing. And speaking of amazing, it's Dawn Dillis. Good morning to you. Mwah! Good morning, darling. And who will be number 20? You are number 6. I am not a number. I'm a free man. Let's see who remembers that one. And Dawn has risen. Hugs and love to the Hales. Definitely. I'm sure they're watching. And if not, I'll pass it on, Dawn. I promise. And everyone's saying hello. And it may be my fault there are so many comments. No. Keep it up. Keep it going here. Keep it going. And I've been there, says Omniversal Inc. Damian Waldron says, I've been there. If not for a friend knocking on my door unexpectedly, I might not be here. I'll try whatever I can to help anyone in that place. I'm the same way. As I said in our special edition last week, in 1990, I tried it. And I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even leave a note. I didn't care, which is the basis of why I didn't think anyone else did either. I found out later when I opened up about it how many people did. And I have since vowed that I will never be silent about it, that I'm not giving myself up as anyone special who survived it. In fact, I always introduce it as the best screw-up I ever made. Because, I'm looking at this list here, and so far I don't think there's a single one of you that I would not have, that I knew from before that time. So that means you've become my friends since then. And think of how much we would have missed together. Okay. And 28 more minutes or miss it forever. Oh, you don't want to do that, people. Check out the League of Cryptids. I'm one of the supporters. I implore you to be one of them too. And that looks like a great, great comic book. And thank you for helping me market. And yeah, Carl's on it. Always be promoting. Oh yeah. And I'm still waiting for news of my finalized cover for Defending Destiny. And I'm 14 handwritten pages into the news story, which will be number 2 of the other time travel trilogy. Excellent, Molly Daniels. Keep moving forward. And by the way, coming up again Wednesday, so please queue up the good weather for me. I will do whatever I can. I think it's supposed to be the temperature's supposed to be down a little bit, but I don't think there's going to be any precipitation until the evening. Wait a second, hold on. I've got my 400 tabs that are open. Let's check out the weather report. You come to love our weather reports here, I'm sure. So anyway, yes, Wednesday looks good. It looks good. Wednesday's going to be back down into the low temperatures again. High of 46 by 5 p.m. But during most of the morning, it looks like the weather's going to be dry. Any rain's going to end the day before. Tomorrow looks pretty moist for us. But anyway, yeah, the temperature's going to be down around 34 by the time Cookie leaves for work, which is way too damn early. But by mid-afternoon, it's going to be back up into the 40s again. So check it out, please. All right. Thank you, National Weather Service, for that. And Sarah says, oh, wow, I've probably seen Trevor's name here and there, but his name doesn't ring a bell. It'll be nice chatting with him and him seeing me caffeinated. Oh, dear God, you all have been warned. And I'll have grinds with me, too, hon. So you can get that boost during the day and not have to worry about going to the bathroom so often. But yeah, Trevor Onion is such a sweetheart. He is really, really a good guy. I was so tickled to meet him a few years ago. And when I write the sequel to the original Skyman Battles of Master of Steam, I'm going to approach him first about doing the cover. No pressure, Trevor. And that sounds like I need to meet Trevor someday. You do, man. You do. He has got quite a story. And he's succeeding despite a lot of systematic racism that was in DC, even in the 70s and 80s. You would think that people would, enough people would have gotten it out of their system. But he tells a story about he was called into an editorial meeting or into an editor's office. And there was this one chair that the editor and a couple other people were kind of like about. And, hey, sit down there, Trevor, sit down. And so finally, Trevor's editor at the time, I believe it was also had come into that room, realized that something was going on. So he sat in the chair and the chair collapsed. And they wanted Trevor to do that. But Trevor's been very open about his struggles at DC and elsewhere. And he's quite the guy. He really is. And like I said, that issue, I think I want to say it was like back issue number 8 or 9 from Tomorrow's. If you ever get a hold of that, I'm very proud of that interview to this day. I think it's one of the best interviews. I'm very proud of the interviews I conducted. This was one of my favorites, and he's one of my favorites. I love his work. I was a fan before I was a friend. And remember that shipment of books I got that was damaged? Draft to Digital is fixing the problem and replacing the damaged books. Excellent. Yeah, Draft to Digital is turning into my new create space. And I'm promising people that I'm going to upload my catalog to Draft to Digital so that I, one, get the expanded reach, and two, I'm looking forward to seeing what the covers look like. All right, because I've noticed that Jeffrey Hayes deserved the best for the Terrors, and by God, he got it from Draft to Digital. So anyway, keep you posted on that journey too, and making sure to keep April 5th through 7th clear for getting a different second part-time job other than the AMC Employment Counselor Appointment Wednesday. Keep me posted, Sarah. I want to hear all about it. And good thing you weren't under a deadline, Michaela. No kidding. And they have, Indie Comics Network has themselves a YouTubes, and you can check it out there. Definitely check out that channel's stuff. Randy Zimmerman does some great shows on comics of the past. Let's see who else is on there. C. Michael is on there doing art. They've just got like all kinds of great entertainment dealing with sequential art, as we like to call it, as Will Eisner would have us call it. But definitely check that out. We love you, Nita. I'm so happy to see you here. I really am. And bouncing around my room up and down the stairs and outside, pre-caffeinated, so I'll be AFKs here and there. All up, kind of, I guess. I don't know. And that's more like fair warning. I say that is, Sarah. I'm looking forward to Eclipse Gone with You, darling. And sorry, Grant, no funds left in my budget. We'll hopefully get a copy later this year. Hopefully so. And we don't say tax dodge. We call it economic creativity, says Carl Witzman. Yeah, just like that's how they got Al Capone, if I remember. So, and oh, wow. Eric is wowing me. I hope it's about the good news about the... Oh, it is. It is. Yeah. I got several people asking me, where's the next one? And I told them about the Kickstarter that's coming up soon. And there are ways that I think I could have done better on this Kickstarter, which I can fix for next time. In other words, things are just going to get better, and no need to apologize, Molly. I get it. Yeah, I've had to boil down my support of Kickstarters because I was really supporting a lot of places just because I thought they needed support. And Cookie and I had that talk. And bad Brian. So anyway, Brian is being a lot nicer these days about it. Although I do have a couple of, I do have some projects where I'm telling Cookie I'm supporting it whether you like it or not, and she's like, okay, yeah, she acknowledges it. But don't worry, Grant, you're still on my list. You're still on my good list. So Eric Hawkins continues, says, well, the second graphic novel won't be until next year. That would launch with Zombiful World of Oz #7. I dig it. I am so glad. I'm so looking forward to that. And Molly McDale's Molly McButter, potato. Yeah. Just as long as they don't call you late for dinner, right? And butter on potatoes. Somebody mentioned buttered potatoes. Ooh, that does sound good, doesn't it? And hey, folks, sorry if I'm quiet during the show. This is one of my very few quiet writing setup times during the week. How can you call it quiet if I'm talking? Nick, we need to talk about your command of the English language if hearing me is quiet. Oh, dear God. And I am unpublishing my Bella stories so I can publish them elsewhere and get some sales. Woot! Yes, Michaela has got a slew, that's a technical term, of stories on the Vella. They have changed the terms on Vella, and not to the writer's advantage. I don't believe. At least I don't believe. I could be corrected. And so Michaela, who's getting all the gettings good, is unpublishing those stories, and she's going to publish them herself. And I am so happy for you. I really am. And good. Someone else signed up for Grant's Kickstarter at the last minute. Excellent. And Amy Dungan, I won't say she has been mentioned several times, but she is one hail of a great writer and a dear friend. Good morning, everyone. Thank you again for all the love and support. We can't begin to express our gratitude. And Carl says it for us. We love you, Amy. We love you, Amy. And good morning. And we love you, Amy. Your family is in my daily prayers, sweetie. And so anyway, we did what we could. All right. We hope it helps. Love you, Amy. Talk to you soon, I hope. Anyway, Nicholas Tucker is being addressed by Nita Lanning, saying, I think all of us are getting ready to face the day while Brian hypes us up. I'm trying to get dressed and find coffee. Get the coffee first. Don't worry about getting dressed. And charge $2.99 a minute for all of us watching you, okay? And yes, and sorry about the books, Michaela J. That's a bummer, but good on them for replacing them. Yeah, that's the thing. And this is something, Nita, I can talk to you more about it. I think you ought to recommend to comic creators to get in on, like, whether it's Amazon, on Kindle Direct Publishing, or Draft to Digital, which you and I can have a talk about the benefits of Draft to Digital. It's helped make my newest novel the best-selling book it's rapidly heading towards my top 3 best-selling books. And it is certainly the fastest selling book I have had. And it is in no small part due to Draft to Digital, which I'm a huge believer in now. But maybe we could talk about it someday. But comic creators should, I've been recommending it for months now. Comic creators should get their books onto Draft to Digital and get e-books out to the public that way because they have reach that's global. Plus, Nita, it can get them onto Hoopla. Scout Comics is on Hoopla. Why can't anyone else? Why can't Arrow be on Hoopla? It takes time. It's a process, but my new book is on Hoopla, which means anyone that has a library card can read it, and I will get paid for it. I get paid pretty well too. Maybe if you're interested, DM me sometime, Nita, and let's talk about Orville 7 time because we haven't talked in a while. And I love you, darling. I have never stopped loving you. And everyone, glad they're fixing them. And Charles Millhouse, after Jet, everyone just realized some food suppliers were delivering the truck this morning. And I'm short food to feed 60 hungry college girls. Hashtag Chef Life. Oh, it wasn't delivered. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Charles, I know you're gone by now, but Charles, we love you, brother. And we'll see you at Pulp Fest later this year. Grant Lankard says, I'm in a bad mood this morning because I'm dealing with other guys from my comic book publisher who I don't think take this as seriously as I do. Like one of the guys did a flyer for a book signing we're doing, and I had to explain to him that the first letter of a sentence should be capitalized. Holy crap. Grant, if you ever need to vent, let me know, because, well, I talked to Angie about this one time, and I'm not going to vent on the air, but I have, as people who follow me know, I have been in the company of people and allied with them that don't take it as seriously as I do. And you ask Carl, you ask Michaela, you ask Molly as to how seriously I take this stuff. I'm not just taking it seriously. I am taking it grim. And 60 hungry college girls, nope, not touching it. Yeah, Carl, I played with that for the scintilla of a moment. I'm thinking, no, let's take the high road just in case. So I'm with you, Carl. Let's hold on to each other, keep each other strong. And just I published my Kin novella novels. That means I can take those stories and put them as paperbacks, post them on other sites. Yes. That's what an indie publisher can do. That's where the indie publisher has the power, just like He-Man. Except it is She-Woman. Anyway, and what a woman. But anyway, yeah, we've got the power. And I cannot tell you how much power we have. Although you can find out in my blog every month, Tuesday, Thursday on Patreon. Brian, the Patreon's already been active for a month. I think, well, then maybe I'm already on there as a, supporter, or at least, I think it's notifying me once the thing. Anyway, I think I'm part of it. I do not think I'm only in this moment right now, Joe, just trying to get up to the comments. Time start getting ready. Well, now I'm kind of sort of more awake-ish. You're not awake yet after me? Holy cats. Dawn, you can sleep through a firefight. I'm telling you. And I started to think leaving a typo in maybe the key to interaction. Is amazing how many people will reach out to correct a small error for you. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, Nick, I've said for years that hardly any, like 1 in 100, 2 in 100 will tell you when you're doing something right. This crowd is an exception to that, of course. But boy, howdy, you make one small little error, and by God, everyone's got an opinion about it. Anyway, I may not have signed up for all the cuddles, but I know you guys mean well, so bring it in. Group hug. Oh, I mean it. Oh, darling, how I mean it. And I give as good, and I'll take as good as I get. You know what I'm saying? And I give as good as I get. So anyway, one of my goals this year, or not this year, but someday, before I'm too old to leave the house, is to meet you in person and get a hug from you. I would love that. And good luck, Dawn. Yeah, seriously, good luck. And it becomes difficult when you work with folks who seem to treat publishing as a hobby more than a business. Yes, Nita, amen. Nothing wrong with the hobby, but we are working. Yeah, and Nita and I know about people that aren't rowing in the same direction, right? And anyway, been in Amy and John's place. Thankfully, my child's doing much better. Hopefully, they have as much success. Rich Asplin Jr., mwah! Always glad to hear from you, man. And always glad to hear that. And that's Rising Tide in action. And yes, definitely to Rich. Seriously, we love you, brother. And last night and possibly tonight, barring cloud cover, much of Indiana may be able to see the Aurora Borealis. That'll be cool. I will definitely keep track of that. Thank you, Nick. That's great. You'll have a great view of it where you are. And Sarah says, I tried a few times when I didn't think there was any other way to get away from a narcissist. Mere months before I met you through Ron at Silicon was the last attempt. It was close to not meeting. Oh God, Sarah. Oh man, the timing. Thank God you messed up. Thank God you messed up. Because really, you make my life a whole lot more fun. You really do, and I love you. And thank you for all being there for Amy's daughter, and being in such a group is an honor. It is an honor for me. You guys are doing the heavy lifting. We got to run quick because Nick's show is about on. We definitely need to lower the stigma of getting help with therapy. Definitely. And that might have helped me at a point too, if I'd had the courage to go for it. And down here, if there's any form of celestial event, it'll be cloudy, foggy, rainy, and chance of tornadoes. When did you move to Indiana, hon? Why aren't we getting together? And I agree, Sarah. We need to normalize mental health needs and awareness. Excellent. And so Grant Lankard ended with 3,449 and 180 backers. Not bad at all, my man. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. That's how you do it, man. And there are a lot of mobsters that the only way they could get them was taxes. That's true. That's true. And I had to become a trade waiter. I was too broke. And as are we all, Nita. You know how to make a small fortune in publishing? Start out with a large fortune. And good morning. I'm late, but I'm here. And Rick Bradley, we are always glad to see you, my friend. And I'm backing you in spirit, Grant. League of Cryptids sounds amazing. And thanks, everyone. And I have to run over into Phil Nick's chat with my dribble. Everyone have a great day. We love your dribble, Carl. Love to you and love to Donna. Hope you have a great day. And since the hour's coming up, just want to say I love Brian. All you good people. Have a creative week. Damien, I love the hell out of you too, brother. And I hope we can get together sometime soon. I'm looking forward to that. We need to get to go to sacred grounds and take up their day. And Amy, I'm only about 7 miles away if you need me. And I'm only 7 miles away. He's gotten closer if you need me. And I'm 5 hours, and I told her I would hop in the car and I would put both feet on the accelerator. And good morning, Facebook user. Glad to see you here. And amen. Sounds like you should reach out to Randy. Yeah. I think I've already talked to Luke Stone about it. So I think it's something we ought to do. And Mark Laird, speaking of things we ought to do, we ought to buy his book when it comes out soon. Greetings from the Prairie, Mark. Glad to see you, brother. So glad to see you. And I'm also in a bad mood today because one of my favorite comic creators got caught DMing underage girls. Eek. I saw some of the stuff he wrote, and it's really gross. Grant, I'm curious. Would you DM me that name? I'm curious now, too. Thank you, sir. And group pounce hugs. Oh, you can pounce me all weekend long when we're at EclipseCon in Carbondale, Illinois, first weekend of April. I'm happy my comic book is doing well. I'm happy you were here. Maybe now my Kickstarter's over, I should avoid social media for a bit. Take a day off. Seriously, take 24 hours off. It will feel like a week at the health spa. And I'm happy for you, Grant. We are very happy. And I think I'm going to go ahead to Nick's show now. You do that. I think everyone should abandon me, everyone. Quick, abandon me. Because we're coming into Nick's time now. And I love you, Sarah. We'll talk soon. I hope we talk soon. Love you so much, hon. And I love you. And again, thank you again, each and every one of you, for this, for making this happen. Rachel Dungan, a couple Fridays ago, tried to take her own life. Now she's getting treatment for it, and we're optimistic about the outlook. But John and Amy Hale had a 2-hour trip each way to see their daughter and to make sure she's okay and to help her through this. And, that's a drain, not just psychically, but on the finances. And you guys came through. Erin Casey set this up. And please reward Erin by thanking her on her TikTok page or on her Facebook page. Let her know you appreciate her. That's ERINCASEY. And pick up her book, The Purple Door District. It is wonderful. She's a terrific writer. But anyway, thanks to you, the Hales, the Dungans, have $1,000 in their coffers to make the trip back and forth. If they need food, they can buy it. If they need a night in a motel to be closer, they can get it. They can get gas. God knows that gas is gonna eat up enough of that as it is. But anyway, thank you all for being a part of this. Thank you all for being so damn rising tide and helping them out. I'm so proud of you guys. I really am. And I'm going to spend the day with Raziel. He's full of way too much energy, I'm sure. You make sure to drain as much of that as possible. Love you, Rick. Well, you have a great one. And love you too, always. To the abyss and back forever and always, sweetheart. We'll talk soon, I promise. And you and I, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this show this morning and every Monday morning at 9 a.m. We are not the green room. We don't even try to be. We are not that awesome, but we try. We're sometimes this, but we have fun floating down the river together. But anyway, folks, don't forget, we want to thank our sponsors, Patreon. Our Patreon supporters are so wonderful. With a modest and affordable monthly stipend, they help keep the rising tide going. And we've got some huge plans that we are lining up for the year that we think you're all going to dig. We think you're going to dig them a bunch. And we are grateful to everyone here who's on this list and supporting our efforts. And it helps keep the movement going. It's not just our selfish publishing and trying to entertain the masses. It's also trying to help other people and getting the message out of creativity and mutual support. But if you want, but we give you we give you a little something in return for your financial support. If you want to find out what that is, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and please consider becoming one of my patrons. I would appreciate that so much. And also, we want to thank Jeffrey Hayes of Plasmafire Graphics for his ongoing support of this show and our efforts. Jeffrey is the award-winning cover artist, won an award for this last year, and he's up for an award for the Terrors this year. So at the Pulp Factory Awards that are happening in early April. I won't be able to be there, unfortunately, and I'm nominated for Best Novel. But anyway, I'm happy to be nominated. But anyway, if you want his great work on your book, then you need to contact Jeffrey Hayes at plasmafiregraphics.com and ask him about his indie creator-friendly pricing. You're going to be so glad you did. It's Plasmafire Graphics, Jeffrey Hayes, the award-winning Jeffrey Hayes, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And don't forget, tomorrow night on the 26th of March, Between Two Brians with myself and the esteemed Brian Rodman, artist, writer, and he's got such great plans coming up. I am so proud of this boy. But anyway, tomorrow night we're going to be having a civil discussion with you about the use of AI in creativity, both writing and art. And we're going to get the anger going tomorrow. The fury will be strong with us all as we seize the dark side of the force. As Between Two Brians at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. And I'm sure Stan speaks for us all when it comes to AI. Thank you for sharing that, Stan. That's why he is and always will be the man. And we have 3 more comments. We're going to get through those. And dysregulated energy is calming down now. Thanks for the show. It'll even out. You got the skills, sweetie. You got the skills. You do. You're wonderful. And the Woke Breaker, just in time to see you. I'm so glad to see you. Hope you'll join us tomorrow night for Between Two Brians at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Time. Always glad to see you here, my friend. Anyway, we're always glad to see you. Thank you for supporting this humble venture. And remember, starting next week, we will no longer be on Facebook. We are going to be moving our enterprise to YouTube exclusively. So we hope you'll follow us there, because you are appreciated by us. We are so, let's see, let me get rid of that. Stop screen. There we go. Okay, getting all my computing power for this last couple of seconds here. But anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you again for supporting the GoFundMe campaign for the Hells. And thank you for supporting us. We want you to know that it is definitely appreciated, and you are loved, no matter where you are. So anyway, I've got an appointment that I'm now 8 minutes late for. So anyway, thank you for being here. Appreciate you all. And as always, want to tell you, I love you all. Thank you all very much for being here. We'll see you next week on No Warning. Well, that's usually what you get. No warning whatsoever. So anyway, folks, as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome, because that's extremely what you are. Have a great weekend, everyone, and do what you can to make it great for someone else, even if it just means giving a stranger a smile. So as always, folks, thanks for being here. Take care and be good. Bye-bye, everyone. See you next week on No Warning.